Hey guys, Furum here, and today I am going to be testing the Lamborghini Asterion in multiplayer. This car used to be available to buy for credits, around 600,000 or so I believe, but then GameLoft made it so you could only get it through watching ads. And I got it a while back, so my tuning is 0501, and in Pro Kits we have 1050. Maybe not the greatest tune, but it still does quite well around this rank, as you will see. So our first race is on a Patagonia track, Avalanche Alley, I believe. And in this one and the next two races, our main competitor is an MP48, I believe, up there. So I came against this guy 3 times in a row, this race, the next race, and the race after that. And I can tell you that the two cars are pretty evenly matched around this rank. Now this one that I'm catching up to right here is an unboosted one, a little bit lower, so I managed to pass him and knock him down. But this guy up here is the one that I come against 3 times. So this car at this rank reaches almost the same speed as an MP48, maybe just a couple miles per hour slower. But it does have extremely good drifting and handling and decent acceleration as well. So it is very evenly matched, I would say, with an MP48 around this rank, assuming that you drive it really well and then you can beat them a lot of the time. By the way, these races were recorded a little while back, so that is why I am not in action cam in any of them. I used close cam for the majority of my Asphalt career, but recently I've begun using action cam pretty much all the time because I find that it gives a better driving experience. You're up a little higher, you can see more what's going on around you, and yeah, it's just all around, I'd say, pretty much better than close cam, except perhaps for making thumbnails. That's one thing I kind of miss about close cam. So we have come in ahead of 2 MP48s, the one unboosted that we knocked down earlier, and the Suker Tubage guy, or whatever, who was in a double-boosted 1478 MP48, and a bunch of other no-good multiplayer cars. And I am not running extra tank in any of these races, so you can see how it performs with single tank. Because I know a lot of people do not run extra tank most of the time in multiplayer because they are very expensive, and while not being rare by any means, it's not like you just have a bunch of expendable extra tanks, unless you save them up for a long time like the hot dog does. He has like 420 something, which is kind of ridiculous. So in this race, we have that Suker Tubage guy again. He's the car ahead of us in that MP48. And that is actually a really neat flat spin if you don't use much nitro, when it just kind of spins you around once, because it allows you to get a better airspeed. So the Asterion handles quite well, which is very good for Venice because, as we all know, Venice has a bunch of very close quarters, which can be deadly in a faster car. So here I had a bit of a battle with him. I'm honestly surprised I did not get knocked down during any of this, but he won this battle and was able to get ahead again. So I do enjoy driving this car quite a bit. It is probably one of the best driving Lamborghinis in the game, in my opinion. Oh yeah, and speaking of Lamborghinis, I am hopefully going to be winning the Lamborghini Egoista in its current multiplayer cup. If I can get the top 7,000, I'll get the remaining 15 blueprints. I really only need 12. But yeah, I'll be able to assemble the car and hopefully make a multiplayer video of it at some time. So this time, this guy beat us, but it wasn't by much. And we did beat a BMW M2. The M2 is just no good at this rank, and another MP48 in Champion League. Now for a race on Patagonia against another Asterion and a Chevrolet Camaro SS. So this car starts up much faster. I'm honestly surprised I did not knock him down any of those times when I hit him right there. The Camaro is just a very tanky vehicle, not just in terms of its amazing speed and all, but it's very resistant to knockdowns in a lot of cases. In other news, I managed to get the final blueprint for the Peugeot Onyx and assemble that in the past couple days, so I will be making a multiplayer sometime about that car as well. Unfortunately, I am kind of running out of S parts because of the Huayra R&D, which I started late because I needed to farm for it, but I will hopefully be getting that car soon as well. So even though we did not manage to knock down the Camaro at the beginning of this race, he has not been able to catch up yet because of the very sharp turns on this track. Also, he is an unboosted one, actually, but an unboosted Camaro at this rank is still about 30 miles per hour faster than me. He is the 1487 tune, which is 05005055. However, I prefer the 1478 tune for the Camaro, which is 05025050, because it is faster at a lower rank than the 1487 tune. So he never actually managed to catch up to me completely, even though he was about to pass me at the last minute. it, and I managed to win on a one-lap race against a Camaro, which, as I said, was a unboosted 1487 one. The Asterion actually came to Asphalt 8 quite a long time ago, and it was quite good in multiplayer back then, and even though many better cars have come out since then, it is still a quite good car for multiplayer. Now, in this race, we have another Camaro, this time a double boosted one. He is another one at a rank of 1487. So Azure Coast is known as one of the Camaro's best tracks, mainly because of its very long straightaways and the fact that it has no jumps to lose speed and not very many sharp curves, except for the 3 hairpin ones that the Camaro does struggle to get around if you don't do it just right. They're coming up in just a little bit, and you'll see that this is one advantage the Asterion does have over the Camaro. It's much better drifting, because while the Camaro is certainly a lot faster, at this rank it's, I want to say, about 45 miles per hour faster. The Asterion can take these turns a whole lot better. And because of this, I managed to catch up to this Camaro pretty close around these curves, and around the final one, I came probably within like 10 feet of knocking him down. But alas, I ran out of nitro and he didn't, and so he was able to speed ahead. But you can certainly see that the Asterion is not a terrible multiplayer car at all. It is certainly decent. It should be able to get you to Pro League without much of a problem if you keep it just below 1500 rank. I find that that is best for matchmaking, because if you go much above 1500, you can get paired with the mid 1600 Vulcans pretty regularly, which is not good. And I know from experience, because when I was driving in my 1657 Vulcan when I had that tune, I would see 1525 cars and stuff like that. So yeah, keeping it just below 1500 is a good idea. So in this race, we lost to this 1487 Camaro. Now, in this final race of the video, we are again racing that Suker Tubage 1478 MP48, and another MP48 as well. So Sector 8 is a very good track for any car that doesn't have the greatest top speed, but has extremely good drifting and acceleration abilities, which means cars like the Asterion, cars like the MP48, and ones like the BMW M2 against Shelby Cobras, and maybe SLK Special Editions. But the SLK Special Edition will probably still be able to win. But yeah, it gives them better chances against those cars that have much greater speeds than them, but less maneuverability. The reverse version of Sector 8 in particular is especially bad for extremely high top speed cars with extremely bad acceleration and drifting, like the SLK Special Edition, which I actually beat on Sector 8 Reverse with my Rip Rod in my Rip Rod video that I did pretty recently. So yeah, if Sector 8 Reverse comes up in a room and you want to ward off the SLKs, that is probably one of the best tracks to choose, along with the Dubai tracks and some of the China tracks as well, and San Diego Harbor. Likewise, those are the ones you should avoid if you're driving an SLK or a Camaro or something like that. So we beat this MP48 once again. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 videos. And Happy New Year, everyone!